This is the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. It's just one of those places that just feels different the moment that you step into it. These places don't happen by accident. They're a result of intentional decisions that preserve and protect this land for generations to come. In 2025, the city created the Land Acquisition Program to do just that, and it's already shaping the way Northport thinks about growth.
Northport is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and that means more land is being looked at for development. But tucked within that development are areas that do something essential: wetlands that hold and filter water, natural corridors that wildlife depends on, and floodplains that quietly absorb the kind of rainfall we see every summer. And then there are trees. A mature tree that has been growing for decades is doing things a newly planted one just can't. You can't fast track that kind of value. These aren't just pretty spaces, they're working parts of the environment, and once they're gone, they're gone. The Land Acquisition Program is the city's way of getting ahead of that, identifying these areas and protecting them while there's still time. Northport sits within the Big Slough watershed, a network of wetlands and natural drainage systems that shapes how the whole area manages water. Protecting land within that system isn't just good for the environment, it's good for the community.
Really the character of the property, so the ecological characteristics, whether it contains wetlands, potentially listed species, or a viable habitat for listed species, all these characteristics and the uniqueness of these sites would make the ideal candidate for this program.
Once a property is on the radar, it goes through a formal evaluation using the city's land acquisition scorecard, looking at things like ecological value, water resource function, and how well it connects to other protected lands nearby. Every site is different, but the question is always the same. What is this land actually doing, and what happens if it's lost? If a property scores well and the owner is willing, and that part matters because all acquisitions are completely voluntary, the city can move forward with an appraisal and begin the process of placing that land into permanent conservation.
So we are standing here on a property that the city has identified as being ecologically important. We've been working with the homeowner to conduct an environmental assessment and to assess the importance and the value that this property in particular can give to the city. What we do is we look for indicators such as adventitious roots and watermarks. This property has connectivity to the Myakkahatchee Creek area. So as we know, we get our drinking water from the Myakkahatchee Creek. So having this water filter and go into our drinking water source provides us with clean water. Protecting wetlands like this are important for our city because they are a natural stormwater defense system. But wetlands are just one piece of our overall program.
Growth comes with new homes, new businesses, and new opportunities for our residents. But it also includes a responsibility that the wildlife that calls this area home isn't left behind. Preserving land isn't about stopping growth, it's about guiding it. Smart planning should include protecting critical natural systems while also supporting a strong and growing local economy. As Northport continues to grow, preserving these areas will ensure that we remain a sustainable and resilient community, one where people, progress, and nature all have a place.
The program is funded through the Environmental Protection Fund, using mitigation payments tied to development activity, as well as compliance fees collected for unauthorized tree removal or land clearing violations, along with grant opportunities, not taxpayer dollars. So as the city grows, a portion of the environmental impact from that growth gets put right back into protecting what's left. Growth funds conservation. It's a cycle designed to sustain itself. Natural systems like wetlands and floodplains are a big part of how Northport handles stormwater. They cut down on flooding, improve water quality, and support the native habitat that makes this place what it is. By protecting these areas, the city is investing in something that works quietly in the background but shows up every time it rains.
Northport is going to continue to grow, and it's programs like these that ensure growth doesn't come at the expense of what makes Northport worth living in. The natural spaces, the water, the wildlife, these things all have value. And this is how the city is going to preserve and protect these resources for the people that come next.